It's the COD
Episode 26.
back again. You know
Yes,
what it
sir.
is.
Boys Ryan and Paul.
Hey, Paul and Ryan, man, we got a special guest on today.
Yes, sir. And we're sitting down with I don't want to butcher the name. Is it the Anemone?
My
No,
man.
the Anomone.
All
The
I know
right.
I had
Anomone.
trouble when I was trying to find a name. And I
All
had
right,
trouble pronouncing it, but I finally knew. So yeah, it's the Anomone.
cool. What does
Yeah.
the Anomone mean? What's the story behind that?
It's basically like an animal from like the sea or whatever. I was
Cool.
trying to find something that, because I went with like different names and all that during the past, and I was trying to find something that started with an A, like my name. So
Yeah.
I just picked that one. It was like unique, very different, and yeah.
Hey, you're
Uh,
sitting down with with the cod, another animal from the sea.
you
I
feel
like
me?
Yeah.
it.
We out here, man. The fresh catch of the day.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Give us a little background on that, man. Give us a little background on what made you choose that name and what you do in particular.
Um, I wanted to do something different for my name. Like I went from like cringy names from my past. I didn't do music at first. I'd done like little YouTube videos. That was my main dream, was to do like upload YouTubes, like do like films or whatever. But it wasn't my thing at first. So I decided to go into like writing stories and all that. But I recently took a break from it, from this one app that I used to made a lot of content called Storyfire.
Mm.
And then now I'm just focusing on music right now. I'm working on my album. Back then, I used to release like a whole bunch of albums without my voice in it, just beats or whatever, trying to see what my style was. And so a couple months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take all these down and restart. So, and here I am right now, making an album.
Yeah. That
Cool.
2020 refresh, huh?
Yeah, last year was bad,
Yeah.
bad for
Yeah,
me,
for everyone.
Yeah.
but good
Tough.
at the same time. But
Mm.
So what would you say your style is? How is your sound?
um, I don't want to go with one style. I want to go like different styles. I want to be different. I want to be out of the box, but I still want to bring the modern style into, like everyone, but I I'm trying to go into R&B, pop,
Mm.
um, alternative, and a little bit of rock. I don't like rock so much, but I wanted to bring it into this album. It's probably like 3 or 2 tracks. I don't know how it is. I didn't start recording my verses yet, but the beats are really nice. I still need to work on one track, but that's about it.
So
Cool.
you're doing the production and you're doing the vocals,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
everything.
I'm trying. When around March, I started practicing. I started getting a little bit more because I had a couple troubles and all that, and plus I have like a couple tracks that are out that I was featured on. It sucks because that was the time when I was trying to find my style, but I finally found it, and but I just need to put a little bit more work into it. Um, Once in a while, I'm not satisfied, but you know, I try my best to you know find something and then make it work.
Yeah, you got to be your own editor. That's what I've learned in music. The best thing for, progression and really honing in your craft is being honest with yourself. I know a lot of artists, they make something, and because they made it, they love it. They know
Yeah,
where it came from, they know the the origin of everything. So, when you make it and you're so close to it, it's kind of hard to look at it from a different perspective and like really be honest and say, is this the best? So, really being your own editor is going to help you go far in this game. Now let's speak about some of your influences, man. On your social media, I see you take a lot of stylistic cues from the weekend.
yeah,
So are we going to hear any of that in your music, in your new album?
a little bit, um, a little bit. I don't want to copy his style, like his flow, but I take some. I want to take some parts from After Hours and just mix it in with my album, but I don't want to basically copy him.
Mhm.
Um, this is the first time I'm revealing something, but I mean, well, it's out of my other stuff, but I'm bleeding. I take that inspiration from that. But once I'm working on some music videos. I'm trying to find out something, and I'm trying to make a story. It's very different to The Weeknd, but I take inspiration for some of his songs and albums, and I'm gonna mix it in with this. Same with other artists, like KSI. I done that with my hair. I dyed my hair red. I mean, I dyed my hair like previous colors back then, which I'll talk to you about that later. But you know, Prince, big inspiration. I can relate to him a lot because you see him. He was a very shy guy, and he wanted like his own space. Because I seen this one interview where when they were doing like the Heal the World, he wanted to be alone, and that's
Mhm.
how I really am. I want to be alone and focus. I'm kind of shy once in a while, but I'm trying to work it out. I've always been shy back then and very quiet too.
Not gonna lie,
And
from your social media, I can't tell because it
I
seems like
know,
you network really well. You got, I mean, when I interviewed Yosei, that's when I think you came on my radar because you were like, this is a great interview. I definitely want to speak with you guys at some point. So, seeing you connect with Yosei, and then even I see other artists connect on your page. And now that you say, you're a film guy, I kind of see it all coming together because a lot of your performances that you've released are mad cinematic. So it kind of makes sense now. So from your online persona, I don't get the shy factor. It seems like
I
you really
know,
out there and you're professional with it. So,
I
yeah.
know. I'm like a different person when I'm on social media, and when I'm in public, I meant, I'm a little bit shy. I've always been that. I've got it from my brother. My older brother has the same problem, but I'm usually, you know, hyper. Well, not that hyper, but I like to tell jokes. I like to make people laugh when they're down. But yeah, it's like weird for some reason. I'm always shy, very quiet, like to be alone once in a while, but I'm trying to get out of that and really do everything. But yeah, I met Yase. I posted, I think it was on my current account before my main account got deleted for some reason because Instagram was like you were pretending to be someone else. We're just gonna take down your
Mm,
account. And I was like, what? What is
I'm
going
me.
on?
They
So
hating.
in my main account that I'm using right now, it was supposed to be my second page where I draw and create art. I forgot to say that from my introduction, but I did like this drawing of The Weeknd, and it was like in a little box because I wanted to tease a little bit for like merch because I wanted to put out like little drawing merch or whatever, and it was all pixelated and all that. And y'all say this was really cool. I like this, and I said, well, here's the real picture. It's not pixelated. And he said, well, I like the style anyways. And after that, he showed me some of his music, and his music is really good, really inspiring. It his new album Rainbow Fields really inspired me a lot, and I hope I get to work with him more. I have him on one track called Take My Life, which is my
Okay.
latest song. Um, but yeah, I really love working with him. He's a good sport. Um,
Cool. Now, did that new track?
yeah.
Did that new track? Is it available everywhere? Because I noticed you said you had some troubles with getting it onto the streaming platforms.
Yeah, so the cover for my newest single, Physical, which is officially coming out on January 25th, they approved it.
Okay. Okay.
The cover for the song was just they said it was too blurry and I needed to fix it. So I fixed it up, and yeah, they approved it, and they're like it's going to be out on January 25th.
So you mentioned a lot of different mediums, man. You mentioned sketching. You mentioned, creating music, writing music, which is essentially poetry. all these influences and stuff you have, and then you say you're a shy guy, but a lot of people, you know, they express their feelings and they express what's going on with them and their artistic ability through, you know, different mediums sometimes, you know what I mean? Not just human
Yeah.
interaction. So it's funny because like you on the car right here, right now. This is the first step. You know what I mean? Like you sitting here talking to us,
Yeah.
explaining to us your story. So as far as you know, you dropping a new album and you say you're working on some videos and things of that nature. Is that kind of your goal? Is to get a little bit more in front of the camera to be yourself a little bit more in front of the camera, or
Yeah. Back then I was trying to I was a nerd back in the day. Like I was a big nerd, big gaming nerd and all that. And I still am, but I'm not really that type of nerd anymore.
I
Like
was
I
about
don't
to say,
I
whoa,
only
whoa, whoa! I game too, man. Hold on.
Hey, we all game, man. That's the way of the world right now. People make millions of dollars gaming now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Come on.
you know,
yeah, true. And I what was I fixing to say? I yeah, like I want to do gaming videos and just vlogs and random skit videos. And that was back in like 2016, 2015. You know, around then, I finally knew how to upload videos on YouTube. And it was a big dream for me. I've always wanted to. Back in the day when I was like little, they had like these little Android phones back in the day. And so I just press play, or my press record, and I just done whatever outside. And I still have those videos somewhere. It's a little bit cringy to watch, but you know, I started doing that. I started getting out of my box. I finally knew what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do I didn't want to do any gaming around that time. I mean, yeah, I used to play gaming. To dig gaming back then. I don't play games as much around this time, just because it's just been out of my focus. You know, like my dad, like he was a big gamer back in the day, and he took a long break. He didn't like gaming no more, and now he's trying to get back into the gaming, and so am I. And I want to make a channel where I can do gaming videos and etc. on a different channel and have my main channel for music and all that. But yeah.
now you said you really got into putting vocals on your music just a few months ago, and obviously COVID's been going on for a year now, but have you ever had the chance to perform live in front of people, or have you really just just had the performance videos on YouTube?
I have. I did like a little thing. My grandpa's brother has like a band. Um, they're out of my style. They do country, okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
um, they perform, they perform at different places and different areas, and so they haven't really performed so much. And my grandpa really wants them to perform again, but they're doing something different now, and he does not like it at all. There's a new member which he does not like at all. I don't know why, but yeah, I did this one thing. I was a little bit nervous, but I told him, hey, can I do something real quick, and that's it. And so I performed just some random melody that I thought of and prepped for. And yeah, that was like 2 years ago, but I had fun. I was a little bit nervous. It was around somewhere around Alabama, but I was a little bit nervous. There's like a good amount of a crowd. I was a little bit nervous, and I just dipped. I was like, no, I can't do that no more. I'm scared. I'm nervous, but I'm trying. I'm trying to practice on that. Like back in the school days, like you have a presentation and it's very scary, and you have that feeling like I don't want to go up there.
Mm.
So I kind of had that feeling, and for my theater class, I had that same feeling too, but it wasn't bad because I tried that out before. But yeah, I it was a little bit scary, and so I decided to do one of those like live performances that I've done 3 of them. I just wanted to do that for fun because
Mhm.
everyone's doing the COVID performances, somewhere else, and they recorded their own like pre-recorded. So I wanted to get on the trend and just do it for fun. It was fun. I liked it. I got lazy editing once in a while, but I had a lot of fun creating. and all
Definitely. I
that. And I
know.
hope to perform again.
Yeah, I know that, can definitely help, doing a few performances by yourself, and then when you put it out on YouTube, see how people react to it, and then hopefully when things open back up, it can be a little different. I did want to ask, have you seen that movie Soul, the new Disney movie Soul?
Yes, I really love it. The
Hey,
best Disney
because
movie I've seen in a while.
it really was, because from me hearing you talk about, you being a little, hesitant to perform in front of people, I was gonna say, just pay attention to what, how they kind of visualize being in the zone,
Right.
Yeah,
because they we all know that terminology, but when they visualized it, it was like anyone in their art, whether it be an actor, a musician, a boxer, someone in sports, when they get in that zone, they like it's like they visualized it like you're in a new realm, and they block out everything.
Exactly.
And even before I saw that, that's something that I've realized in my music. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm the shyest person, but there's definitely a different persona when you're just hanging with friends and then being on stage. So
yeah,
it's
a big
definitely something
difference.
where you gotta you just gotta find that energy and that space where it's like, yeah, I'm in front of a whole crowd, but it's just me up here right now.
Right.
So
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
know
mind
it's gonna get
like those
there.
screens or whatever that they've been doing, like the meet and
Mm-hmm.
all that. When one person logs in,
Oh,
in like those WWE things, they have like the screens out and the interviews.
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind doing that. I think I'll feel more comfortable doing that too, and I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be so nervous because they're not physically there.
Yeah.
But I'll be more comfortable doing a performance like that and
Mm-hmm.
trying it out. But yeah,
Yeah, just little steps, little steps. But as far as your YouTube page and uploading these performances, how is your YouTube page doing? Because I swear, like I saw something where I was like, does he have a Vivo page? Like I'm like
yeah,
you're kind of like I said, like your online presence really makes you seem like you're like on. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
how is your YouTube page doing right now?
pretty good. I wish I can upload more. I mean, last year, no, that was 2 years ago. I released like this fan film that I'd done with a couple of my friends and all that, and their parents. It was supposedly it was supposedly a fan film of the Halloween movie Michael Myers.
Mm.
I had a lot of fun doing that. That was the first time that I really done something like that with a group of people. But it's on unlisted for now because I wanted to have or to be a story fire video series because what they do on there is that they're having like this video um form thing that you have to fill out. You have to put out the trailer and what it's about, and they review it and they'll see if it's worthy or not. I just been slowly out of the motive for Storyfire, and I want to take a break. And I don't know if you saw it, but I was like posting my farewell goodbye and all that, and I joined there since 2017. It was like different back in the day because there wasn't no videos. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
was focused on any videos. But what I wanted to do for Storyfire was just to create stories. But all you see are like these vlogs and DIYs. In my honest opinion, I don't really like that. I thought it was going to be like like a story series where they release all of that. But it's, all you see like these vlogs and all that. But there's another side of me that's like I don't really care. Go for it, and do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've created a lot of stories on there, and I had a lot of fun making them, and so for the film as well. But it's on listed for now. I will publish it soon, probably this Halloween. Again, it got
Cool.
somewhere around 1K views. I was not
That's a
expecting that,
start.
but a lot of people really like it. So I took it down just for that moment, but I might release it back on YouTube again.
Yeah, I definitely think your music gives you an opportunity to, keep utilizing your film skills. Even looking at the weekend with After Hours, how, every video that he's released has kind of been a different snapshot of a larger picture. I definitely think, you have an opportunity with each album that you release to sit back and not necessarily give up your love of film, but utilize that with your music and help it push, both. So I definitely want to see that more from you in the future. I want to definitely pay attention and see, see your film eye, your cinematography behind what you got musically going on.
Yeah, I really want to explore more with this album. And my next album is gonna be a little bit different. I want to try and have it that beach vibe, that nice, you know, sandy kind of like vibe. I don't know yet, but that's what I want to do. It involves water and beach and tropical stuff. And yeah, and by the way, for each album, I'm going by a rainbow order. Like this
Hmm.
album is going to be red, the next album is going to be orange. I want to do something like different like that. I thought it'd be pretty cool.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea. I like that. That's definitely thinking outside the box. Now,
yeah,
outside of music, you're in Florida, right?
yes,
Okay. How has that influenced your sound? Because obviously, you said you kind of, stick to yourself. You're in nature right now. Your
yeah.
name,
This is my
the
style right now. I
anemone.
didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do everything in the house because I have little siblings around. They get loud and all that, and so I didn't want anybody bothering me. So I just came out here.
Hmm.
And this is my vibe anyway. Like I like nature. Once in a while, I'm like outside for a little bit, walking around.
Does
I get
any
it
of
from my
that
dad. He likes nature as well.
Yeah. Does any of that translate into what you do? Because obviously you said the anemone is, an animal and that's in nature and you're in nature right now. Florida definitely gives you, the opportunity to be outside much more than say like a Colorado or a Chicago or something like that. But how has, Florida and that environment kind of influenced you?
I don't know. It escapes from like the city, skyscrapers and a whole bunch of fancy stuff. I like to dress fancy though. I took it down today, but usually
You
I
wanted
like
to be
to.
modest.
Usually I like to dress up. And in Florida, around my area, everyone's like, "What is he wearing? Like this guy should be in LA. This guy should be somewhere else." But that's just really my thing. Like I want to. Sorry for the plane in the background if you can hear it, but
Very good.
I I wanted to be different. I want to find my style. Even this year, I want to change up my style. I don't know what it is, but I want to change it up. But yeah, Florida is just it's just different. Like there's a lot of nature. It's very hot once in a while, but it's not so hot right now. But like yeah, just the nature just really inspires me and lets me uh enjoy life more than everything else. And
Are you in
yeah,
South or North Florida?
um, I'm like I don't know how you say it.
Central.
I think so. I live in Pensacola, so
Okay,
Oh, okay,
okay.
okay, okay.
yeah.
I was trying to see if you were by Miami. I was like, let me find out the anemone, get it in, go party on the
I
weekends,
mean,
live on
I've been there
Sunday.
only one time, but
Yeah,
that was
Yeah.
about it, and
yeah.
it was fun.
You're closer to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Wait, so is he a Bucks fan? You a Bucks fan?
uh, a little bit, but
Oh.
yeah.
so you
I just know
just
they're playing later. Had to plug them.
had to plug
Even though
them.
I'm not a Tom Brady fan. Let me put that out there right now.
Come on, man, it's the goat. But
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
but going back, man, talking about like how you post your videos and how you got into that and how you like the weekend and pretty much like the cinematic type of production, right? Um, man, it's kind of wild to see because people have become it's like people were very visual when you had like MTV, you had like all that stuff going on. Then they
Yeah.
became less visual, but now with like the resurgence of like YouTube and
Twitter,
now
social media.
Twitters
You got to
and
be mad accessible.
hey, and even like what we're doing right now, right? A
Yeah.
podcast, actually visually recording. Um, it's funny how people have gone back to that and they're starting to love that now. So even though you like how you said like you don't like being in the camera or whatever, like your main thing is creating visuals, to get people's attention, and that's why you have such a huge social media presence, right? So if you can say something to somebody who is trying to get seen or trying to get like more viewership or more followers or create better content, like what kind of advice would you give them that helped you out?
Just be you. Don't be someone else. I know I try to be someone else once in a while, but make sure you be you. Make sure you spread the word of your music. Get involved with a lot of projects with a lot of people, and that should help. And make sure you start a YouTube or start a TikTok, start whatever, and just make content there if you want. And don't be afraid to get out of the box once in a while and do something crazy, but not too crazy. But just be out of the box, be different, be unique, and yeah.
Cool. If you've watched any of our other episodes that we've had musicians on, we do like to preview a track at the end. Um, do you give us the blessing to play your latest track that you're releasing tomorrow?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, we're gonna cap the episode off with that.
Yeah,
But
man.
before
Post the plug.
before we end it, we do have like 5 minutes left. Speak to us about that track. Give us a breakdown on what went into the track, how
I
you
wanted to do
produced it, wrote it,
something.
and everything.
I wanted to do something 80s, something pop. I've been listening to a lot of 80s music lately, mostly Lionel Richie. I mean, yeah, I've listened to him in the past, but now I'm starting to get more into his albums because I only listen to
Mm.
like the popular songs, but I'm trying to get more into it. And my favorite track right now is Change from Lionel Richie, and it's really good. like I'm, I gotta say, but I've been listening to a lot of 80s, late 70s probably, but I've been taking inspiration from a lot of 80s artists, a lot of small, you know, that a lot of people don't listen to. I just find them on probably Spotify Shuffle or whatever that comes around, and it's really nice just going back into that feeling because my parents are born in that era, and I really love it. Like the style, how they dress, the vibe, the colorful stuff. It's just, and no COVID. You know,
Facts.
I I I really want to bring that style. So for physical, I think I have a couple more songs that are like 80s wise, but physical, I wanted to do something like that, but still keep it modern. The intro, like the beginning intro, I took a little bit of an inspiration to Until I Bleed Out by The Weeknd. I took that little intro and made it similar to that kind of, and then it just went to like a pop 80s. But it's just mainly about trying to get really physical with someone, and plus to get to know someone more with the woman, get to know her more, get you know spend time with her and all that. And yeah, it's just a really happy song. And I really want to take some inspiration from Jaden Smith from his songs because you see once in a while like it's going really like the beat switch ups and all that, like from a song again. Like it started off hard and all that, and it just slowly faded into like this sad type of song. And it's like, wow, like what's going on? So I really want to take that inspiration as well and put it on this album. And a lot of, 90s um hip hop kind of like inspiration too and bring it into the album. I really love a lot of 90s and 80s. Not so much of 70s, but I want to get into more of the 70s. But yeah, I really
And I
want
want to I want to commend you on that because I've definitely seen your stories and I'm like, man, the music that you post up, I'm like, you do your homework. I've seen, like you said, you post up Prince, you post up Lionel Richie. I've seen you post tracks by Gerald Levert, and I'm like, yeah, you're doing your due diligence as far as really going back and studying the greats. So, I'm excited to see where you take it. I'm excited to see how all of these elements really go into your music. And real quick, I don't think we got the album title. What's the album title?
this is the first time I'm gonna
Let's go.
reveal the album title.
Right
I
here on the
was gonna
Cod,
do it
breaking
somewhere around
news.
February, but
All right.
it will be called Injustice. I just thought it would be pretty cool with the album.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's called Injustice. It will be out. I really want to publish it somewhere around May or April, somewhere around then. I think that
Okay.
should be a good time. And I'm trying to get back into more music videos. I took in a break. Plus, I don't have red hair, so I can't, I got to find something, probably like a wig or whatever. But, you know,
Gotta find something to
but
stand out.
Hey man,
called Injustice.
Well,
hey,
we got Physical by the Anemone right after this. So produced, engineered, recorded, everything right? All right.
Yeah, this
We
is the
got
first time I'm actually trying to make music all by myself. Back then when I started, when Abel was releasing the My Dear Melancholy like videos of him in the studio and all that, that really inspired me around the time to start getting into the music more and really progressing. And I started watching a lot of musical artists working in the studio around that time. It was somewhere around 2018, and I was inspired, but I had a little bit of trouble, so I had a couple of friends help me out and teach me how to make songs. I don't talk to them as much, but they really helped me out with my first EP called Then, and then I slowly, went a whole bunch of albums, which I was not expecting to publish a lot of albums and singles, but those are all taken down now, and I'm restarting now. But
Cool.
yeah,
Thanks for sitting down with us, man.
hey,
Episode 26 of the COD.
hey,
The
pleasure to
Anemone.
have you. That's
He is
right.
available on all
you.
streaming platforms. Physical will drop on the 25th, and you'll be able to hear it at the end of this episode. Thank you for sitting down with us, man. It's an honor.
That's right. It's the COD Physical. Stay tuned.
closer.